Alright, as we continue our first title match of the evening, and yeah, we ain't wasting no time in getting that done. It's the RWL Mid-South Championship being defended by Billy White Moon against challenger Rick the Model Martel.
Boy, Tex, I sure wish we had Myron Schimmelman here to explain how this match came about.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL Mid-South Championship.
Boy, howdy, Tex, listen to that crowd. Very unwelcoming to Rick the Model Martel.
Yeah, well, evidently, it's going to be a Billy White Moon kind of crowd here in Tampa tonight. The Model, the tag team partner of Tito Santana, the former Mid-South champion, who lost the title to Billy White Moon months ago. And now Rick Martel's back, and he's going to try and get a piece of that Mid-South title for himself. I don't know how well that's going to sit with his tag team partner, assuming he wins.
That's almost certainly going to make for an awkward situation between Rick Martel and Tito Santana, assuming he wins the Mid-South Championship.
That's a mighty big assumption, Don. I mean, Billy White Moon has been hotter than plutonium in the palm of your hand.
Nonetheless, it can't be ignored, Tex, the fact that Rick Martel is a capable wrestler inside that square circle. Look at this, spraying the arrogance cologne with that atomizer.
That's the kind my exterminator used to use those back when I was a kid. And here he comes now, representing Best of the West, the RWL Mid-South champion, Billy White Moon, accompanied by Tex McKenzie tonight. Jim Dandy Deacons must have the night off or something. But Billy White Moon, the Mid-South champ, as like I said, he's been really hot. Nobody's been able to take that Mid-South title from him. Maybe Rick Martel's got what it takes, but it's going to be a tough haul.
And as you point out, accompanied by Tex McKenzie. And you know, I absolutely love Tex McKenzie's enthusiasm.
Me too, the Lone Star Superstar. Always with a big smile on his face. Always in a great mood. Always ready to compete too. And Best of the West has certainly become very, very popular in the time that they've been together.
And that right there is what it's all about, the RWL Mid-South Championship.
Man, the tension in the building just went up just a little bit here, huh? Let's turn it over to ring announcer Ida Hawley for the introductions.
Introducing first the challenger from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing to 141 pounds, the model, Rick Martel. His opponent accompanied by Tex McKenzie from Norman, Oklahoma, weighing to 130 pounds. He's the RWL Mid-South champion, Billy White Moon.
Well, that's a pretty raucous response to use one of your $10 words, Dandy Don. And there's that awkward moment when the champ's got to turn over the belt to the referee and hope to God he gets it back at the end. Oh, man. Rick Martel eyeballing that Mid-South Championship.
Well, that Mid-South title was taken from Tito Santana, and Rick Martel, his tag team partner, may be looking to avenge Tito Santana's loss by regaining the title himself.
And here we go. All right. They lock up. White Moon has Martel in the corner. They are clinched, and Willie Johnson's going to have to break them up. Oh, no clean break right there. Yeah, Rick Martel is definitely, he's got an agenda. Martel pushes White Moon into the opposing corner. And again, Willie Johnson's going to have to break him up. And again, another cheap shot from Rick Martel. That's not going to go over well with the fans. Got him up in the front cradle, but elbows to the side of the head from White Moon. They lock up again. They clinch again. There's going to be another cheap shot. I can almost guarantee it.
Almost certainly, Tex. Well, not this time. A clean break.
White Moon whips Martel to the far corner. He rebounds out right into a side suplex. Billy White Moon rounds up Martel. Misses. Catches a couple of kicks to the leg. The model catching a fireman's carry from White Moon. Billy White Moon Escorts him to the far corner, head first into the buckle, and he's going to see that turnbuckle a whole bunch of times.
And catch quite a headache as well. And down goes Rick Martel.
White Moon in hot pursuit of Rick Martel, who seems to be a little bit frustrated at the moment. A couple of hard rights and down goes the model. White Moon gathers him up again. Oh man, countered, went to a bulldog. And Martel makes his way back inside the ring as the referee starts counting. Tex McKenzie checking up on Billy White Moon to see he's cool. Gets himself back inside the ring. White Moon goes behind, German suplex on Rick Martel. The model gathered up to his feet. He counters with a shoulder tackle. Takes White Moon down. White Moon counters. Oh, real beautiful running drop kick. Takes Rick Martel down again. Hard kick to the back. The Mid-South champ delivers a stomp to the arm. And drives the knee into the head of Rick Martel for good measure. I think he made Billy White Moon mad. I'm pretty sure he did. Up over the shoulders, and here we go. Boom! There's the driver, and there's the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2. Rick Martel going to make this harder than it needs to be. A gouge of the face. A double axe handle, and down goes Billy White Moon. White Moon gathered up. There's a clothesline that takes Martel down to the mat. Billy White Moon with the full support of the fans giving Rick Martel's conduct.
He hasn't been a very nice man, has he?
Drives a knee right into the head of Rick Martel, and he is busted open. Oh, man. A sweep of the leg, down goes White Moon. Rick Martel gathers him up again. White Moon says, oh, no, you don't. Billy White Moon with a double shot to the midsection. A series of shots that collapses Rick Martel like a tent in a high wind. Tries for the single leg crab, but too close to the ropes. Martel shoves him away, moves in. There's another double axe handle that takes Billy White Moon down. Martel rebounds off the ropes, running elbow to the chest to Billy White Moon. Oh man, White Moon's got him up, takes him right back down. Here we go. Billy White Moon is stalking Rick Martel. The model caught in the Indian sleeper. Oh, this is Tex McKenzie's loving it. Rick Martel's not. He is tapping out. That is it. Willie Johnson just rang the bell. And Billy White Moon retains the Mid-South Championship. Wow.
The time was for minutes and 57 seconds. Your winner and still Mid-South champion, Billy White Moon.
A short but explosive exchange takes between these two men, but Billy White Moon ends up prevailing and retaining the RWL Mid-South Championship from Rick Martel via submission.
Once he snaps on that Indian deathlock 8 out of 10 times, that's the end for you, man.
And he most certainly used it to his advantage tonight. Billy White Moon battered, bruised, and bleeding, but nonetheless, walking out of Tampa, Florida this evening, still the RWL Mid-South Champion with a submission win over Billy White Moon. And there's the replay. White Moon snaps on the Indian deathlock. The referee monitors Rick Martel and says that's enough. And that was it.
Yeah, that was it, all right. Billy White Moon retains the title, and we'll be right back with more of our Memorial Day special right after this. Don't go anywhere.